Hey folks, welcome back. So today's going to be a fun video about something I've kind of always wanted to capture and take a look for myself, but I've never really had the equipment to set up those different mirrors where you can see gas escape the muzzle on your airsoft products. And so I kind of want to take a look today with the GoPro that I got. Since you can film it underwater, I figured you can capture this. And so as you can see here in this video here, the top left photo here, of course, is a real photo, courtesy of Wikipedia, of showing the gas escaping in a high definition, I think, slow-mo shot. The middle, of course, is from that movie, I think it was Clear and Present Danger with William Dafoe right there. I'm not sure that's how you're supposed to hold these, but maybe I should try that one day. And then, of course, the last photo is pretty much like the money shot here, where I was able to finally get for a split second, I was able to capture on film a frame or two. I think it's actually just one frame where we're able to capture the gases coming out before it gets all like diluted by the water and stuff like that, and it becomes more like the picture with William Dafoe actually. So it's kind of cool to be able to kind of see this for once. But first, of course, we got to do a couple other videos too, where I want to kind of show how the gas pattern escapes, because I'm going to take a look at the WE G19 first, that airsoft model, and take a look at how the gas escapes. And the main reason is because, of course, we want to know, I was kind of curious why, whether you're a lefty or a right-handed person, you kind of, get a lot of gas regardless, but it does seem that with a left-handed user, you do get a little bit more. And so I kind of suspected as much based on the design of the airsoft models, but I want to take a look myself and take a look. So let's start and see if we can visually see where the gases are coming from. All right, so we'll try it first with, this is the G19 by WE. So we'll try to hit it underwater and see how it does. And I think the idea is that we want to see as a control to see where the gases are coming out of, where the gases are venting, right? We know obviously it's going to come out in the front. That part's pretty obvious, and we know it's going to come out somewhere in this ejection port when the slide goes to the rear. But what we want to know is that, at least in this case, and we're going to do other airsoft models in a little bit too, but we want to know in this experiment if the gases are directed in any particular direction. If you notice, right, the port or the slide is kind of cut out so that only part of it's exposed, right, just the side on the right or the left or the right side. So as a left-handed airsoft user, right, at least for rifles, you get a lot of gas in your face when you fire it. At least that's how I perceive it, right? So let's just see if there's really a difference, and then we'll try it just for fun. This mock thing right here will okay, so and then we'll try it. So we'll try it without the tube, and then we'll try it with the tube, and then we'll see if that makes any difference, and then we'll try it with some other. If there isn't a huge dramatic effect, I might not do it with like the WE XM177, because I have to take that into the bathtub to try that one out. But let's see how this one does. And the water is pretty hot right now, actually. Actually, this GoPro is supposed to be able to go underwater, so oh, I'm a little nervous to do this. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. Oh, this feels... Geez. I don't think the underwater footage is that cool, or it's too close. So if you watch here, look at the gas escaping, boom, all in equal directions on both left and right side. But look at the rear though. There's a lot more being deposited in the back right there than I actually had thought. In fact, if you look closely, most of the gas that are being released here is actually where your hand is at. Very little is actually coming out through the front. We know there are some, just like a small like jet of gas, but look at the majority of where the action is happening right now. So that's kind of cool to see. But as suspected, there's no reason in terms of design on these models here that would direct gases in any one particular direction. That also explains probably when on certain models like the G18C version of this, when you hold down the trigger, that could cause some gas to cool down your hands a little bit too much and you can get frostbite. So you got to be careful about where that's coming out of. Here's just another video on some sides, just an underwater take of it. It looks a little bit cooler. You can kind of see the front stream of it a little bit better. Thankfully, that GoPro was able to capture some of this, so it's not too bad. Now I want to point out that there was a little bit too much resistance underwater, so even though the mag was dry or out, I couldn't get the slide to lock back, so there's that, even though the mag is full of gas. So let's try it again, and let's see if the tube makes it any different. Now in this situation, the tube really doesn't change anything to it. It doesn't redirect the gas or cause any extra backward pressure or anything like that. There was a little piece of like foam that was stuck in there, I guess, that I forgot about. But so that did block some of the frontward expanding gases. But once I removed that and tried that again, it didn't really change anything. Because I think there wasn't a whole lot of forward escaping gas to really be attenuated. So much. All right, so now we're going to try to move on to the XM177, the WE XM177 right here, and dip this underwater. Now, I have to use a bathtub, obviously, so this is a lot larger, and I wonder if the color is going to be the same. And I'm going to use my cell phone camera because I think it's a lot better to capture the like the above the water quality. Obviously, I can't dip my phone in the water, but at least I'm worried that the lighting here might not be as good, and so I'll try to drop the GoPro into the water right now. I always get a little nervous about using this GoPro underwater because it doesn't seem, I know it says it's rated to go underwater, but it makes me nervous nevertheless. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this on. Okay, so much better. I mean, it's not like covering it completely. Like the carry handle is not being covered, but at least like the water lines past the ejection port and all the parts where the gas would be exposed to. So let's close the bolt. See, the water line is on the, probably going up to right at the top of the carrying handle. Or the base of the carrying handle. All right, so let's close it real quick. Very quiet, very quiet. All right, and let's see how this thing performs. All right, hopefully I get the good angle. Actually, let's get to get the vertical angle first. GoPro is running. Did not, I can't pull it anymore. I don't know why. I don't know, there's too much pressure and I can't cycle. So I'll try to manually, oh, look at that. It's like stuck. So I'll just cycle it again. It's cycled now. It's like all the, tearing up this bathroom right now. All right, let's try that again. Now watch this one carefully, because this one clearly has a gas pattern that is directed towards the right side of the model, and quite a bit to the back actually. That does explain that regardless whether you're left or right-handed, you're still going to catch a face full of propane gas. That's why you're going to whiff that a little bit. But certainly you're going to get that additional plumage of smoke in your face as a left-handed shooter. So this really kind of captures the gas ejection pattern here, and kind of helps explain why you smell the green gas when you're using it. Now you can tell there's probably a leak in the gas, because look at those bubbles, like every couple seconds they keep coming out. So not a whole lot though, because you can still use it. Normally you don't keep the gas stored in there for days on end. So it's every time I plug in the CO2 cartridge, I just use it right away. So it's never really a problem, despite the constant gas leak that you can see right there. But if I rotate it, I wonder if you'll be able to see where it escapes though. Oh, look at that. Oh, what the heck's going on? I think there's a gas leak, obviously. Coming out the muzzle. Let's see if we can capture that on the GoPro. Better start unloading this. And for the record, it locked back, but it's still leaking. Now, as you can see, that's where it's leaking now. It's no longer going to the front of the barrel, and it's coming out through the side now. But if I close the bolt, I think gases are building up, and then eventually it'll leak out a little bit, well, a little bit to the rear right there. All right, we're gonna try it again with the, this time I'm gonna use the 20 round green gas mag. And we're gonna try it again, hopefully get a better camera angle, since that last camera angle really sucked. So I'm gonna reposition the camera so we can actually capture the gas escaping the muzzle. And we're also going to see if that kind of, because the muzzle is slotted all around on the XM177, I want to try it again with the A2 birdcage muzzle, where it's only ported at the top and solid at the bottom, and see if there's a difference in at least the pattern of how the gas escapes. Because typically, as you know, the A1 style birdcage, where it's slotted all around, just like that one right there, has the like the traditional, like infamous, or maybe famous, like the 5-star kind of flash when you the gas escapes. So let's see if there really is a difference here. All right. often happens when you fire underwater. The bolt doesn't fully return into battery, so you have to kind of cycle the bolt forward, or I think there isn't a round in the chamber because the nozzle never fully retracted. All right, so I think that's enough for that one. We'll change now the flash hider to be the A2 one, and then we'll resume the video again. Okay, so now the flash hider is in, and now it's a different version right now with the A2 birdcage flash hider, where it's solid at the bottom. Let's try to fire it a couple times. I'll probably have to reset it and push the bolt back into battery again before we can do a couple, but let's just see if we can capture at least several. Now in this video, it doesn't look like I was able to capture enough frames, or at least at the wrong time, to really get anything, but it looks basically like just a round plume of smoke. But I did try to get another angle, and if you film it from the bottom, you can at least make out the distinct kind of like three-prong from the top for just a brief moment. So I think it does matter, but I mean, it doesn't matter. Any of this matters. None of this really matters. But if you were going to get nitty-picky and kind of look at it, you know, there is kind of a difference in how the gas escapes depending on how the design of the muzzle is set up. Alright, looks like that's it. Again, not designed for these over the beach tests, but there you have it, folks.